Hello, Nifty Dreamers. Welcome to yet another edition of our Founders Town Hall. I'm so excited to see you all today. It's a very special day today. Uh, Tons of new news to share. Let's see who's on here. Well, I see Ratnadeep, I see Gianna, Ibrahim. Hello, hello, welcome. Martin, hi, great to see you. Let's see, Tina is here. Pratik, good to see you. Fatima, who else do we have here? Yona, yeah, great to see all you familiar folks here. Let's see, Srinivas, good to see you too. Wonderful. Welcome, everyone. This is great. So, today's town hall is going to be in two parts. The first part is I have two special guests. So, this is going to be fun. You're going to love hearing about them and meeting and hearing all about the exciting collab that we have going on. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the exhibition in Dubai. So we're going to first talk to our guests, learn a little about the collab, have a chance to ask some questions, etc. And then we are going to dive right into sort of the details about the exhibition, which I know a lot of you are very, very excited to hear about. And immediately after that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fire up a Twitter space after that, so we can talk a little bit more in detail, and and you can have a conversation about the things that we've talked about here and answer any of your questions about that. Let me see, we got a few people here. Okay, here we go. All right. So, with that said, let me welcome our first guest here, and that is Tal Navarro of Women in Need. So, Tal, how are you? Welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah. So,
How are
uh,
you? You hear me?
very
Yeah, you hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you. We can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So we've been talking for a while now, and it's so great to finally have you here and to talk a little bit about our wonderful collab that's there. So why don't, if you wouldn't mind, start by telling everyone about yourself a little bit, and then after that we'll go into what Win is about.
So, hi everyone. Very, very exciting to be here. My name is Tal, and I am the founder of WinWeb3, which is a nonprofit that supports women in need through the blockchain and also not through the blockchain, mixed. Very exciting. And we're going to probably dive into that later, but we also support artists through that as well, but we'll talk about it a bit later. I am also the founder of Social Lady, which is a digital marketing agency. I'm helping businesses and entrepreneurs to enter the Web 2 and the Web 3 as well through marketing strategies, strategics, and methodologies that I am teaching. And and I've been doing it for 17 years. I've established the first college in Israel for social media in 2011 and sold it 2 years after. And then I established the first ever company for kitesurfing equipment dealership in the Caribbean islands on 2007. So many things, a lot of chapters in this book, but great to be here and super, super pumped for the conversation today. Thanks for having me, Nick.
Yeah, super excited. And I whenever I think about you, I think of Superwoman, really, because the number of things you do, and as a mom, as a business professional, as an active social media expert, etc. There's just so much going on. So I'm very excited to talk a little about Win and about our collab. But before we do that, let me welcome our next guest on here, and that is Nima. Nima from Layerr. Welcome. Hello. How are you? You are muted. Let me unmute you. There you go. Hmm.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. It's wonderful to be here, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, Nima, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Nima Beheshtian. I'm a co-founder here at Layerr. Layerr is ultimately a platform helping artists grow their brand and monetize their artwork by leveraging Web3 technologies. I've personally actually been in the blockchain space for a little over 11 years now. I started back in college where I was mining Bitcoin and Litecoin and kind of like diving into the technology. I studied databases back in college, which is why blockchain just made sense for me, because databases are essentially ledgers, and that's what blockchains are, ledgers. So for me, it was like this huge phenomenon. I was like, this is really cool. I didn't think we'd get here today in terms of like at how crypto and blockchain have expanded and grown, but it's been an amazing journey. I worked at companies after graduating. Actually, I worked at companies like Informatica, Oracle, and then in 2017, I made the shift to work in Web3 full time out in San Francisco with a company called BitGo. I joined BitGo as the director of sales back in 2017, and then I helped grow that company to about $1 billion in valuation. And while at BitGo, I learned a lot about startups, building cultures and teams, and I focused a lot on the institutional banking side of crypto. And then after that, I joined as head of business development at Anchor. And while at Anchor, I dove in deep into DeFi. This is when like DeFi summer exploded and NFTs started emerging. And I learned a lot about community building, tokenomics, the importance of liquidity. And that's when I was introduced to art. I fell in love with art. I fell in love with the concept. I loved the market. And I just really enjoyed how blockchain was not only supporting and helping the finance side and revolutionizing that, but also revolutionizing art and artists and giving them a whole new platform to represent themselves and monetize their work. And with that, that's when Layerr was incepted. And that's why we're here today.
Awesome. Well, welcome to both of you. I'm very, very excited to talk to you today and talk about our collab. So let's start with you, Tal. Tell us about Win. How did you get it started? What does it do? And what's the vision?
So Win is, as I mentioned, a nonprofit that supports women in need. And women in need means women in war zones, could be Ukraine, could be any other place in the war zone, or in daily war, like poverty, sex trafficking, violence, etc. I'm working with some charities from Rwanda, Nigeria, from Ukraine. And what we do, and there are other charities that are joining all the time, but we're not officially talking about them yet. But what we do, basically, there are a few avenues to support this initiative. And one is actually I'm having women from different places where they have no access to financial resources to be able to create their own wealth. Means that now they're able to create art, send it to me, and we are actually selling it for them on the blockchain through our marketplace on Win. And this is one of the most exciting things that I've done ever in my life. I've been always working with women. I am a very big women advocate, as a woman myself, as a mother of a little girl, and as someone who has grew up in a very male-dominated environment. It started many years ago. I was in the army. I was 18 years old, and I was surrounded by men all the time, and I saw how much women are needed in this world, and women are powerful, and women are amazing. And for me, it was a life-changing to serve the army. I was a lieutenant at the army for 3 years. And then when I left the army, I traveled the world, and I always was looking for how to support women. I was volunteering in different women charities and with different women organizations in Israel a lot and abroad as well. I'm Israeli. So, and I have been always dreaming to open Win. And then Web3 came to the world. And for me, I was in crypto since 2016, and I saw the power of the blockchain and how many amazing things it can bring to the world, such as equality and diversity and, freedom of speech and financial resources to those who have no access to bank accounts and people who have no opportunity to actually go to the bank ATM and withdraw money easily as we are. And so for me, Win is a win. It's the option to actually help women to not only make money, not only create art and enjoy the way. And by the way, those charities told me that the days that they are painting and creating art are the best days that they see them smiling. They never saw them smiling before, almost. Like those women going through very hard times. And this initiative enabled them not only to enjoy creating art, but also to support themselves, support their families, feel that they are now worthy, feel that they empower them, make them create something for money, not just for fun and not just to get charities, but actually to work for their money. So this is the one initiative that we have. We have also the opportunity for artists to donate art. And since we want to keep the Web3 and the ecosystem healthy, we also found different ways to pay back to artists who are donating art. It's going to be in different ways that we're going to talk about it as we go. But we have, token gated prizes for people who are donating art, and people who are donating money as well, and buying art as well. So there are a lot of initiatives for helping those ladies. We also have a section for women's stories where we can see their stories, read about it, and hear that from their mouth, because there are videos of them talking about what they've been through, bringing more awareness to their stories, giving them 5 seconds of spotlight for their stories to be heard. And this is very, very exciting. We have a lot of ideas, that a lot of things that are coming up in the pipeline, like creating a fund for girls to go to school, and building educational center, and creating kind of a matching platform to be able to connect between a woman to a mentor, and so many ideas that we want to build a metaverse as we go. But right now, we actually really, really working on creating foundation that will give access to the mass, to everyone. And this is very, very important, because not everyone is familiar with wallets, or with blockchain, or with crypto. And so our goal is to create very easy access to every human being who wants to donate. So, and there are a lot of ways to donate. You can donate money, you can donate art, you can purchase art, or you can create art and submit it for donation. And people can actually purchase with credit card and have a piece of art, either if it's digital asset, or it can be a physical asset as well, because we have the physical assets as well. So there are a lot of things around this initiative that excites me very much, and I believe we're going to help a lot of women. We actually just started it not recently, so we're building it as we go, as we speak.
That's amazing. And when you first told me about this initiative, it aligned so perfectly with the goals of our DAO and the art vector, that I was like, yeah, like this is sort of a match made in heaven, And a little bit about our collab. So you have a very grand vision. We have a vision also to elevate artists and give them a sustainable income. And this actually fits in beautifully. And we are very proud to sort of be the technology partner in this. So what we're going to do, guys, is essentially support Win as in a collaboration where we are the technology partner. We are going to actually work with Tal and her team to build out this whole platform that enables artists to donate, and for people who are not yet into Web3 to come to the platform and using standard Web2 things like credit cards, etc., buy art and then use those funds via Tal's nonprofit to benefit women around the world. So
I
super
have
excited.
I have to add that I don't think I could ask for a better partner than Nick and his team. They've been so amazingly aligning with me, understanding, and I'm a crazy mind. I have so many ideas, so many things that in my brain that I want to execute, and they're actually on top of everything that I want, and understanding me, which is not easy sometimes because I have so big vision. And I'm just so happy to be working with you, Nick, and I'm so proud to have you guys as part of this initiative. And we're going to do a lot of things even beyond this initiative, but this is a great beginning, and I'm super excited to help all the artists, as many as possible, and the women as many as possible, and just make this world a better place.
Absolutely. And, the feeling is entirely mutual. We are excited to help you. So I'll get back to some more questions about Win, but let's get Nima in on this conversation. So Nima, talk to us a little bit about Layerr and your vision and how you are going to help artists.
Sure. I just want to say, Tal, your initiative is fantastic, and I thank you so much for doing what you're doing. It's phenomenal. And whatever we can do to
Thank
help, would love to.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So when we started Layerr, we were essentially a Web3 studio or a development shop. And we were launching projects for artists, brands, gaming companies, all sorts. And we were thinking, okay, what do we have to do to kind of like accelerate this, to get this technology into the hands of whoever it may be, again, whether it's gaming companies, artists, projects, or other Web3 based companies that want to get in and create value for NFTs. And then we did a bunch of like user interviews. And then after 6 months of doing projects for all those like market segments and doing a bunch of like user interviews to better understand what's happening, we realized that the NFT space was very unique for one specific target segment, and that was actually artists. It benefited the artists the most. The artists were the ones that were way more passionate about this because it wasn't just like a get rich quick scheme. We realized with a lot of like the PFP based projects, people were coming in, making a bunch of lavish promises and not actually delivering. And there was a bunch of scams. There was obviously scams everywhere, but there was less scams on the artist side because these artists, this was a new avenue for them to express themselves, to monetize their artwork, and also to kind of, grow their current fan or collection base. And then we were like, and it was also easier for artists to create assets. All these other projects, including gaming companies, they had to find artists. We need to find an artist. We need to find a creator to come in and create these assets so we can go to market. And so it was a low barrier to entry, easier to work with. And also in terms of when the market crashed, the art segment piece didn't go as down as much as like, let's say PFPs or gaming. So we decided to just focus on artists. And that's when ultimately the product was born. So what the product does is it does three things. Helps artists establish their online presence, to better understand their audience, and also enables them to monetize their art. We are going to provide an educational piece as well. That's more going to be on either the Discord, through tutorials, user guides. And so going back to the three aspects, establishing your online presence, better understanding your audience, and also the monetization of art, there's going to be key segments to that. So for the establish your online presence, we're going to have a website template based website builder. So they come in, you can build your website. Is very similar to like how Squarespace and Wix works. You go in and you choose your templates, and then you can go ahead and customize your page. And then that page will allow you to mint artwork. So it will start off as a mint site. So you go in, choose your templates, upload your artwork, customize your smart contracts, retain full ownership of your artwork, mint NFTs. You can sell them whichever way you want, open edition, standard edition, auction base. And then the understanding your audience segment is going to be an analytics solution that we're going to provide. So that will give you a better understanding on who your collectors are, how much of your art piece they have, on average, how much, let's say, for example, Ethereum do they hold? When they go and mint art, on average, how much are they paying? You can also identify like what other collections or artworks that they like collect. Like, oh, wow, like 30% of my holders are Bored Ape holders. Maybe I can create some sort of Bored Ape derivatives to kind of, get more attention that way. So better understanding your audience is going to really help the artists kind of grow and expand and learn more about themselves even ultimately.
Amazing. So basically, you're creating a platform that has where you're taking a close look at what all the problems artists have, and your platform essentially solves those. And we love that, and we love the collab, because ultimately what we want to do through the DAO is to elevate artists in every way possible. And so I love this collab. So
thank you.
What's the sort of roadmap and timeline for launching?
So we are planning to launch and go live to the public on Valentine's Day. So that's kind of like our gift to the artists. Mm-hmm. And artists will be able to come on, again, use the platform, create launch sites, engage with us. If they have any questions, comments, or concerns, they can reach out to us via the Discord or DM us on Twitter. So the go live date is going to be on Valentine's Day. We are going to do a private beta. So if anyone wants to join the private beta, feel free to contact Nifty Dreams or contact us directly. The beta actually goes live. The internal beta goes live in about 2 weeks. So we're going to be testing the product out, getting more feedback from artists, and working on any like bug fixes or issues that we may have.
Cool. All right, we'll dive into that a bit more, and also talk about how we're going to collab on getting some artists into the exhibition through Layerr. Back to Tal. Tell us a little bit about sort of some of the artists who have already contributed to Win. And I especially, you shared with me some stuff you got in the mail the other day, and I'm excited to hear about that.
So we have kind of three types of arts. We have, I think, even four, maybe. So let's do this. We have, first of all, we have NFT artists who are creating one-on-one pieces specially for that, such as, I don't know if you guys heard of Gabe Wise, Sabat. We have Warhol, that's his name, Tyler. I have so many amazing artists who are creating one-on-one. Also, Cool Men. I don't know if you guys know this collection, but the artists want to create one piece for us. And they're really beautiful. And Zoe, oh wow, I have some amazing pieces. And Sheila Darcy. Those are type of amazing artists that I'm working with right now. And I'm telling you something. I didn't even share yet with the world that I'm doing this. So just close friends that I said, do you want to, give some? Do you want to donate? And they said yes. And I'm very honored to have their piece on as part of the collection. As soon as the marketplace is going to be up, we're going to all show it. And then I'm going to go to the other friends that I have and say, guys, who wants to donate? I'm sure they're going to be a lot. But yeah, it's going to be one-on-one pieces. And then we have part of collections. So I know that, I have a friend in World of Women, and she said she's going to be supportive of us. We have David Bianchi, if you guys know, he has Census. He want to give us a piece. And again, I didn't even approach anyone. Literally, it's people I bumped on the way and talked to them. And there's going to be big projects that very familiar that probably going to give a piece. So that's another option, to give a piece from an existing collection. And we do have the women art, which is beautiful art. I wish I didn't bring it to the office. I would show you, but they literally sat and created art and sent it to me, so that I have beautiful handmade pieces of art from women in Nigeria and in Rwanda right now. I have some women who are dancing and singing, and they're going to create some different artwork by audio app work that has been shoot in Bali and in Indonesia, and some others. There's so many ways to create things. And we have also just people who are creating art for a living, not for NFTs or not for blockchain, that are donating art as well. So there are different ways to donate art, but I have already some artists who submitted art, and it's just so beautiful to see the work and the meaning to help. This is just beautiful.
Yeah, this is so exciting, and I can tell you without a doubt, I'm already seeing comments saying that people want to donate their art. Honestly, once we open the floodgates for this and give artists direction on where they can go donate, etc., I expect that a lot of the dreamers will want to donate, because this is a
Amazing.
cause that it's such a no-brainer, right? Like, we want to
Yeah.
do that through our art. And I must tell you, Tal, we have a very significant Nigerian community in the DAO, and in fact, I promised them that I would be visiting Nigeria this year, and so maybe,
I'm coming.
yeah, we can. I was just about to say that would be kind of fun,
Of
So
course.
yeah, this is exciting. So
Amazing.
to you, Nima, when you're creating this platform, we expect artists to be able to use it and grow. But what's the longer term vision? Like, how do you see Layerr growing in the artist ecosystem and continuing to help grow with artists in this Web3 space?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So the way we're looking at it today is we want to expand outside of Web3. What does that mean? We're going to have to go back into like Web2 and provide all the benefits that Web2 bring to the table, right? An example could be payments via credit card or debit card. A lot of collectors and even artists don't really like understand how to deal with, let's say, Ethereum, USDC, Bitcoin, and etc. And the barrier to entry to understanding that is going to be very high, and there's going to be a lot of constraints to get there. So we want to embed an easier method of payment. And on the monetization part, other than just launching and creating NFTs, we also want to provide alternative storefronts, very similar to what Shopify provides. So if an artist, let's say, for example, wants to sell a canvas or any prints, or if they want to put their artwork on certain attire like shoes or cups or sweaters, they can do so through a storefront implementation that we plan on integrating. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but if not at the end of this coming year, definitely early next year as well.
Yeah, so essentially what you're going to do is free the artist from having to go and sign up for Shopify themselves, go through a template, figure out how all of that works, etc., and just make it like, here's my art, boom, and you've got your online presence with the
Exactly, yeah.
store. Yeah.
And also we want to start enhancing our analytics as well. So you can dive deeper into like your collector set and really understand maybe, for example, like website traffic or like how long an individual is going to be on your website. So basic and more advanced website-based analytics, user analytics, user being like collector-based analytics, and also marketing tools such as like optimized SEO. So how can I, as an artist, like, reach a different audience? Let's say in another country, for example, like Israel. Like if I want to get into like Israel, like how can I promote myself within the Israel place? You'll be able to do that with our tools as well.
That's amazing. Right. So this brings me to sort of our upcoming first collab. And I'm going to talk to the dreamers here shortly about all the requirements, etc., for the grand exhibition we have starting Jan 25th. So starting with you, Tal, we are carving out a few days in that exhibition for Win specific artists. So as I understand, you are also going to come to Dubai. Is that right?
Look, yes, I guess. I guess I am. I'm flying to Austin on this week for a few days to speak, and then right after, I guess I'm gonna leave my hubby and kids behind and go to Dubai and tell
We
them, hey
absolutely
guys,
love to have you there.
I'll explain a little bit, and I'll see
Take
you
them
in a
with
bit.
you.
Yeah, no, I'm always, like I'm a working home mom because my office is at home. So I'm always with them, like literally all the time. So going away for a little bit, and Dubai, it's a very far destination to bring kids, but that's a different conversation. But
16-hour
that will
flight.
be fine in a few days.
Yeah. So what I'm looking forward to is that we'll have a special category. We'll do an announcement for artists to donate to Win, and we'll have the curation there, and those artists will go into a special subsection of the gallery that are donating to Win, and we'll be there live, and we'll talk about that art, and we'll talk about Win, and we'll stream some videos and stuff like that. I'm super excited about it.
And by the way, I see some questions, and art could be anything. Okay, so it doesn't have to be painting. It could be a photography. It could be sculpture. It could be anything that you in your mind, anything that you're thinking about. And every art is welcome. Art can come in every form and shape. So many forms and shapes. So, of course, we're welcoming every art, and we'll find the solutions for every art that you're gonna bring on our way. So,
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to come.
Yeah,
Can't
with
wait.
regards to photographers, actually, when we launch on Valentine's Day, it's going to be with a couple who actually met on Twitter NFT, and one of those artists is actually a photographer. I can't say any
Wow.
names right now, but yeah.
Wow. That's so lovely. Where are they from?
One person is actually, I think, in Russia, and the other person is in Israel right now.
Really?
A
Okay.
U.S. person that is in Israel, yeah.
Very cool. Very
Wow.
cool. And again,
That's
Nima, anything I can assist you with, I mean, SEO and digital marketing, it's what I do all my life. So
Oh, that would actually be wonderful.
happy
That's
to
something
support.
that we're looking. Yeah,
We'll
this
talk
is
about
great. Thanks, Nick, for putting this together.
it. 100%.
absolutely. I mean, I love to connect amazing people and make more amazing things happen. So there's a question here about how can I donate my artwork to the exhibition. You're gonna have to wait a little bit. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. So there's gonna be two parts to that. The initial part is the overall exhibition. I'm gonna tell you all about that, and then we're gonna have announcements coming out later about how to donate for the Win specific part of the exhibition, and then another announcement on how to donate for the Layerr specific part of. That's not a donation, but that's a specific challenge. So we'll talk about that also in a moment. Nima, let's talk a little bit about. We've got two interesting collabs planned. So the first thing coincides with your launch, and what we want to do is have artists essentially start using your platform to create, what do you call them, profile pages? Is that right? Is that the right term?
They will eventually become profile pages. You can use the templates and turn it into a profile page if you'd like. Early on, though, we want to categorize them as mint pages, but they
All right.
can be profile pages if you decide to customize them that way.
Great. So what we are going to do is essentially invite artists who create mint pages to essentially become part of the this exhibition. When do you expect that? Basically, it'll launch on Feb 14, and that's
Correct.
open to everybody.
Open to everybody, correct? Yeah.
And what is the cost of that?
There's no cost to onboard. So you onboard, you create your collection, everything is free. As you start selling collections, we do charge a 5% fee off sales, and that all goes back to the company to help continue to grow and continue operations internally.
That's wonderful. So, really, folks, we're gonna follow up on this with more specific announcements about how you can use the Layerr platform, and how by using that you become eligible to have your art as part of this exhibition. So it becomes another way for you to have your art displayed. So with both Win and with Layerr, you're not only helping yourself and helping others in the world, but it's all through art. So we are all here to celebrate art, and I'm really excited about that. So what I want to do is also now, Nima, we'll talk about our second initiative, which I'm very excited about, because we've been working a lot. So we all know about the terrible situation right now in Iran, and the intense hardship, and all the heartbreaking news you hear on a daily basis. And when Nima and I got talking, it was because he saw what I was doing through the DAO for like Iranian artists with the VPN and a service, etc. And we are like, how can we do more? As I understand it, Nima, you have in your community a fairly large number of Iranian Americans. So what we want to do is have an initiative where we specifically have people who are interested in supporting the Iranian cause contribute to the DAO, and we specifically allocate those funds to support Iranian artists. So that's basically the initiative. Nima, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, correct. So Iran is currently battling an oppression for basic human rights. I mean, I'm an Iranian American. I was born here in the United States. I traveled to Iran when I was younger. Honestly, it wasn't like the greatest experience. Yes, the people, the food, the culture is amazing, but they've been like chained by the Islamic Republic of Iran. And it has nothing to do with religion or anything, but it's just the government, the mullahs. They have done a terrible job of growing their economy, making people happy, providing freedom. And the economy is just like terrible. But what's really unique about this revolution this time around, because they did have a revolution in '79, what's really unique about this one is that women are leading the charge for freedom and basic human rights, ultimately women's rights as well. So our goal here is not to just purchase artwork and help finance Iranian artists, but also guide them and help them navigate through Web3 and the NFT sphere. Help them build an online foundation to ultimately, of course, monetize their artwork, understand their audience, and give them like a better life ultimately. I know a lot of Iranians who are there right now who are struggling, who desperately want to leave Iran. Like, we don't like this. This is not good. It's not happy. We're not happy. So ultimately, the cause here is to help them, to give them rights, because you cannot express yourself freely in Iran today, which is horrible. It's like a God-given right to be able to express yourself. And if you express yourself through art in a way that the government doesn't like, they will arrest you. They'll keep you in jail for a long time, and potentially they can kill you just for expressing yourself through art. And we don't want to stop that. We don't want to limit artists. We want to continue to provide support and tell them, hey, listen, it's okay. Continue to create art, battle through this oppressiveness, like go through a revolution, and hopefully they'll, ultimately make a change.
Can I jump in here for a minute?
Please.
I mean, Nima, listen, first, wow. I am very, very, very touched by, the Iranian story and what's going on now. First, because it's my neighbors, and I have so many Iranians friends here on Web3 and in life in general. Um, and I would be super happy to support this specific initiative, but also we can put it as a project inside Win, as we have like a area of projects where I support different projects that's supporting women.
Oh,
It can be one
fantastic.
of the projects that we can promote and bring people and artists in, and whatever I can do. Oh my God, this is like very up to my alley, I think you say
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No,
So
that's perfect because again, the focus of this, the reason this new revolution happened was because of the strong women in Iran. I mean, I'm a son.
exactly.
I have a mother that I love dearly. We're very close. I have two younger sisters I take care of. I have a wonderful girlfriend. So I'm surrounded by like good women, powerful women, and those women have really like shaped who I am as a man today, and I'm thankful for that. And so
Women
that's
are
why,
shaping the world, you
yeah,
know this is facts. I mean, it's just unbelievable that it's 2023 and this is happening. It's just unbelievable. This is so sad and heartbreaking, and I sometimes I want to jump on a flight and just go to Iran if I could enter it with my passports, but it's very, very, very heartbreaking.
yeah,
But
It
thanks
is
for
it
doing
is
it.
my dream to host the first sort of art NFT conference in Tehran, a free Tehran. I am looking forward to that day.
yeah.
Very
I wish I could enter the country. I don't think I'm even
yeah.
able to enter there.
Well,
So
when it's a free Iran, we can both enter. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly. I'm happy to support that initiative for sure. So, yeah.
And
yeah.
are there a lot of Iranians in Israel by any chance, Tal?
Yes, well, two my babysitters are Iranians. I
Oh,
have two
nice.
babysitters that are current kind of living in my house, and they're Iranian. My husband runs a restaurant in Beverly Hills, and he creates Mediterranean. He's a private chef, and he makes Mediterranean food. And most of our guests are Iranian. Like all
Amazing.
our guests and they became our friends and families. Like we have one big family of clients, and they're all Persian and all Iranian,
That's
and
awesome.
we just so love Iranian and Iran, and it's so sad that we need to live on the other side of the globe to be in peace, and it's just anyway, it's just a sad story, but we are here to do the best to make a change, and to bring seeds of peace and calmness and some victory for women and people in Iran in general.
Yeah, so absolutely, and what we'll be, I'll go ahead and announce it next on the 20th at 11 Pacific, 1 Eastern time. We're going to have a special space in support of Iranian artists. You'll see more announcements coming around that, but we are essentially going to raise money and for the DAO, and we're going to earmark those funds specifically for Iranian artists, and we will come up with programs to ensure that your ability to make an income is while the Islamic Republic government cuts it off, we will enable it on this side, and we will support you in every way possible. And we'll also have at the exhibition that's coming up a specific category, not only for Iranian artists, but also, let's not forget, the citizens of Ukraine who are struggling also. So we'll be doing that also. So really, really excited about these initiatives. So, Tal, in closing, do you have any comments or any observations? I'm sure you're going to have you again on some spaces and things like that, so we can dive more into this. But for today, if you have any comments, would love to hear them.
I'm just so happy to be here, and I was so happy to get to know Nima. He's amazing, amazing human being. So happy to take part of anything that you do and support you. And any artist here that is listening to us, you are amazing yourself, and I'm so happy to be part of all what you guys are doing. Nick and Nima for helping any artists out there, and I can't wait to see what the future brings to all of us. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I think you're
Thank you
on.
very much, and I'm super excited about our initiative and our collab moving forward. Nima, your closing words from you?
Yeah. First and foremost, Nick, I want to thank you for bringing us all together. Tal, I would love to, work together on our initiatives. You have provided amazing value for women and the blockchain space and NFTs and artists. And also, thank you so much. And for everyone out there, thank you so much for doing what you're doing. Like, continue to do it. Don't lose hope. It's a battle. It's a struggle. I understand. I mean, we're all going through it as well as, founders, loved ones, husbands, fathers, daughters, everywhere. There's a lot of struggles. So just continue to do what you're doing. If anyone has any questions on the Layerr side, feel free again to message us directly. If you can't reach me, you can always reach out to Nik and even Tal. So thanks again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll be tweeting later today after this session and sharing all your handles, etc., so people can find you. But thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here today. There's going to be a lot of follow-ups, and I'm looking forward to our collaboration. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, folks. So now that was so wonderful. I really enjoy working with Tal and Nima, and I think our collabs there are going to be just amazing. As Autism the Happy Kingdom says, we are amazing together. Indeed, the more collaborations we have, the better it is, because I firmly believe, a rising tide lifts all boats. So we just elevate all of ourselves together. Okay, now let's get into the detail. We have a great opportunity for artists to promote themselves, and this is what the DAO has been working on. The whole point of the DAO is to make it possible for you, the artist, to really have a sustainable income, and that starts with exposing your art to the greater world. So what I want to do here today is to give you an overview of the exhibition that we've planned at the Foundry Gallery in downtown Dubai. And this is an amazing gallery. I had a chance to visit it. It's huge, first of all, very big. It's in a prime location in downtown Dubai. It's just amazing. It's got like a cafe. It's got a workspace for artists and just amazing art, So I think it is going to be a point of huge pride for a number of you dreamers whose art will be featured there, and I believe for a lot of you it will be your international debut. So I'm just super excited about that. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen and walk you through a document that I've created where we are which has all the requirements, etc. Now, a couple of things. We don't have a lot of time. It's Jan 16th today, and this exhibition starts on Jan 25th, and it runs until Feb 23rd. So the team that is essentially working on all the technical elements of this is very small. It's myself, it's Prabhu, who is our technical lead, and it's Shruti, who is our developer. So there's a few others helping out, but primarily we are working on all the code and getting the platform set up, etc. So this is a lot of work, and we are doing the best we can. So you're going to have to work with us, right? Things are a bit fluid, and so you have to be a little, how should I say, flexible. All right. So let me share my screen here, and we can get into the details. There we go. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link up here also for you to be able to see this doc yourself if you want to. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna zoom in a bit more so it's easier to read. All right, there we go. All right, so in this document, it's a living document, and that's why I put the last updated time here, so you know exactly when it was last updated. So this is the requirements document for the exhibition Dream On, Dream Big. When they asked me for a title for this exhibition, I'm like, oh, I thought for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, what's my catchphrase? The thing I always end most meetings with is Dream On, Dream Big. I'm like, that's gotta be the name of this exhibition. And so there it is. All right. So what I want to do is walk through step by step through this document. So basically what we've done is we've leased the space from the Foundry Gallery in downtown Dubai for an exhibition that starts on Jan 25th and ends on Feb 23. It's for dreamers, right? So there's going to be some people who are not dreamers, like for example, there's going to be the win artists, etc. But it's primarily about showcasing you. And this document basically uh, talks about how you can do this. Now, as you probably know, the DAO, we have been working on raising capital, but it is a bear market, and we have not had uh, success in that area. So basically, at this point, I still continue to be the primary investor, and I funded this. So and I will continue to fund it because I do believe in our vision, and I believe in you, and I want to make sure that we can really elevate art in this space. So let's first go through all the goals. So I want to be very clear about this because sometimes people think exhibition, etc., and they're not clear on the goals. So I wanted to be very specific. The first goal is to give you, the dreamers, the opportunity to get international recognition by having your artwork showcased at a premier physical gallery. So that's number one, right? So it's about you. It's about your artwork and showing the world your artwork, right? The second goal is, think of this exhibition as almost as an experiment. What we want to do is we want to model and test a very simple, a very, very basic version of the DAO's consignment model for artworks. So the basic consignment model says that as an artist, you don't have to be doing marketing, you don't have to be doing sales, you don't have to be doing social media. What you do is you consign, meaning you essentially give the DAO your artwork and say, go market it, sell it, do whatever you can to make me money. That's the consignment model, right? So this is our first test of the consignment model. But it's about testing out the workflow and how it works, etc. It's not necessarily testing out the end part, which is essentially making money. And I'll get to that in a second. The third thing, we, as I mentioned, want to raise capital for the DAO because otherwise, it is not sustainable for me to continue to fund everything that this DAO is doing. I'm just one guy. I don't, and I'm not super wealthy. I cannot do this. We need investors. We need benefactors to step in. And so having this gallery in Dubai and having your art there is an opportunity for us to get existing art investors, existing art collectors to understand what NFTs are about, to understand what the DAO is about, and also encourage them to become benefactors. So that helps us raise capital so we can actually execute on our big vision. Because until we have capital, it's really, really challenging for us to do all the things that the DAO wants to do. So this is the third goal. The fourth goal is there's going to be a lot of foot traffic in this gallery, right? It's like in downtown Dubai. There's people constantly coming from all over the world, actually. And what we want to do is we want to help them learn about, and I'm going to use the term digital collectibles here. So we are not going to have the term NFT mentioned anywhere here. We're going to call these digital collectibles so that people can relate to them. And as you know, Instagram is also calling them digital collectibles. And the reason is because NFT is something people don't understand. It's like, what? And they get tuned out immediately. But we want to help people learn about digital collectibles and begin their Web3 journey. The next thing is, and the final goal is, we want to sell at least one artwork edition per day at the exhibition. Now, I want to be very, very clear, and I'm going to emphasize this again. This is not about selling your artwork. It is absolutely not the highest priority for this exhibition. So if you approach this exhibition with the mindset like, oh, my art is going to be in the gallery and I'm going to sell and I'm going to make a lot of money. No, 100% no. We are not focusing this as a sales thing. What we are doing is wanting to give you exposure and wanting to test out our workflow. If the sale happens, and that's why I set a goal of one artwork per day as the sale. It's a very low kind of threshold because we do want to test out the workflow. But ultimately, it's about showcasing your work and about helping people learn about the DAO and helping people fund the DAO so that we can then execute at a bigger scale. Because we've been doing things at a smaller scale now, and we want to start doing it at a bigger and bigger scale. This is pretty damn big, but we can do even bigger than that. We can have multiple exhibitions in major cities around the world. We can execute on our retail strategy and have retail brands, etc. Use your artwork on products, things like that. Now, again, it's an exhibition, but it's an experiment. And the learnings from this experiment will help us organize similar events in other cities. And ultimately, we will focus on sales, and we will realize our vision of giving you a sustainable income through your art. We don't want to continue to propagate this model of marketplace where you have to come and do marketing, you have to do sales, you have to do social media, and you might get a sale after, like, I don't know, weeks, months. We don't want that. That is something that other people can focus on. We're going to focus on a new way to create income for you, and that's what this DAO is about. And I just reiterate this every single time, again and again. The DAO has nothing to do with me personally buying your art. I go and buy people's art when I feel like it. It is irrelevant whether you are a dreamer or not in that capacity. So do not buy a dreamer pass, etc., with the expectation that I am going to buy your artwork or that the DAO is going to buy your artwork. Neither is happening. We have a bigger vision, a longer term vision of creating a sustainable way for you to make money. That's the approach we're going to take. So ultimately, it's not about one-off sales. It's about sustainable income. All right. Now that that's out of the way, let's look at how you can participate. This document, you should bookmark it. All right. Because this is the official guidelines. And I'm going to work with other artists in the community to get this translated into Spanish and Farsi. So it is very, very clear to everyone, because I think a lot of times things get lost in translation. And so we'll make sure that this is translated and available to you. So let's start with who is eligible. Any artist who has at least one DAO Dreamer Pass is eligible. If you don't have a Dreamer Pass, you can mint one. It's available, and you need to hold this pass for the entire duration of the exhibition. So you can't just grab a pass from someone, have it for a day, and then submit your entry and then let it go. You need to hold on to it. There are multiple categories in the exhibition, but you are limited to one entry in each category, even if you hold multiple Dreamer Passes, right? So multiple Dreamer Passes don't matter for this exhibition. One person, one artist, one category. And generally, we will be very picky about having the same artist in multiple categories. There are some categories where it seems natural for you to be there, but primarily we are looking to maximize all the artists who have an opportunity to show at this exhibition. And so it's going to be one artist, one artwork most of the time. So let's look at all the categories that we have. We have a lot of categories. So the first one is, of course, the Dreamers category. So in this category, we will take all the submissions we receive and we will curate them. So when I say we, the team essentially consists of the gallery owner, myself, and one other curator. I will announce that shortly. So it's a 3-person team that is going to curate it. The gallery owner, Giuseppe, he's an expert. I mean, obviously he owns a gallery, so he knows about art, and he'll determine artworks that are accepted for the exhibition, right? So that's category number one. The second category is we will have certain days which are focused on artists from Iran. So that will be a sub curation we will do from category number one. So we'll just pull those from the first category. The next category, number 3 in this list, is Ukraine artists. So again, same thing. We'll pull Ukrainian artists specifically from this list and have certain days where we focus on them. Last year, I went to the Amazon rainforest, to Grand Chaco region. We have some amazing artworks from artists in that region. So we will curate some from those artworks and showcase them also. You heard Tal earlier. We are going to have a separate action we announced that you have to do, which is basically donate your artwork, which is separate from this submission. So you'll be submitting for the exhibition, but if you intend to submit for Women in Need, we'll have a separate process for that. We will announce it. That's why I said to be announced. And those artists will also have a separate opportunity to exhibit. The same goes for Layerr. There's a separate action. So when they launch their platform, if you go and create a mint page, as they call it, then you become eligible to be featured in that subsection of the exhibition. Number 7 is interesting. Exclusable is a platform that works on building metaverse presence for big brands. And we are doing a partnership with them where we will go from the IRL gallery to a metaverse gallery and have the option for your art to be displayed in the metaverse on the world's platform. That's W3RLDS. So those details are being finalized. And I said, like all of this is coming together so fast, and we have barely 9 days to get all of this together. So that's why this document is important. As things change, as we get the updates, they'll be on here. So be patient with us. We are a tiny team. We are all volunteers. No one's getting paid for this. So we are doing the best we can, and we are going to get you the information as quickly as possible, but you have to be patient with us. All right. And the last section is my collection. I feel like I want to feature some of the amazing artists in my collection. And so I'm going to curate a small collection and showcase those artists also at the exhibition. Now, if you're wondering, like, how is that going to work out in terms of presentation, etc.? So I'll tell you what, all right? There's going to be one giant screen that's going to be probably 85 to 90 inches. There's going to be 4 screens that are 65 inches and 3 screens that are 55 inches. So we've got 8 screens total. So this is very big space, guys. This 4,400 square feet of gallery space in downtown Dubai with 8 massive displays. So your work is going to be seen by a lot of people. So make sure when you make your submission that it is your best work. All right. So the next thing, let's go talk about the submission, because this is the most important part. All right. Now, I don't have the link for submission yet. That link is going to be posted here in this document where you see the highlighted yellow on January 18th at 5 p.m. UTC. That's the first time you can submit. So between now and then, you can look at the requirements and start planning what your artwork is going to be and get that ready. There is no rush. We will probably give you 2 or 3 days to get your artwork in. We do need to curate, right? And the exhibition starts on the 25th. So it's not like we have a lot of time to do this. So my guess is that most of you will be picking from an existing artwork you already have and just tweaking it. We've made the requirements very, very simple, so it's easy for you to do that. So let's look at the requirements. The requirements are that you have to provide us with a high-resolution media file of the artwork that meets the following specifications. It's either a JPEG image or a video, MP4 movie, no audio for the movie, and maximum duration is 15 seconds. And that's on the high side. We prefer it be shorter. Now, your artwork can be either landscape or portrait. In either case, it must be exactly 3,000 by 2,000 pixels if it's landscape, and 2,000 by 3,000 pixels if it's portrait. What we're going to do is most of the displays are going to be landscape, but we're going to have 2 displays that are portrait. So if you can, I would strongly encourage you to have a landscape artwork versus a portrait artwork. But if all your artworks are portrait, I understand, and so we want to accommodate that. We don't want to have you crop it too much, etc. The 3,000 by 2,000 pixels is a precise ratio of 1.5 to 1. So essentially, the shorter side is 1, and the longer side is 1.5 times that, and that actually conforms to the standard size of a lot of canvases that are used to display artwork. So we would prefer that your artwork fill the entire space. So if you can crop it, so it fills the entire space, that would be good. Black bars are okay, but really they don't look good on a big screen. Your work won't look good. We want your work to look good. So strongly discourage that. And there's a good chance that the curation team will feel that, black bars, not such a good look for an exhibition. So I'm going to encourage you to think very carefully and submit an artwork that matches that exact dimensions, 3000 by 2000 or 2000 by 3000, right? I think that most artworks out there can easily be brought to conform to that. So, make that happen. Um, no nudity, obscenity, or any content that would be illegal for public display in the UAE. This is a public space. It has to conform to the laws of the country that we are in. So while if we were doing an online exhibition or something, a virtual one, we would make it, anything is fine, freedom of expression, etc. But here we are in a public space, there are kids, etc. So we have to be very cognizant of that. And more importantly, we have to follow the laws of the country we are in. So in addition, you're going to need to provide your name, your country, a title for the artwork, and the artwork description. So this is all going to be in the form that will be available when the link appears here. Again, you must bookmark this document. It is the most important document because as the exhibition evolves, this is where we are going to update things in there. So be sure to bookmark this. All right, now let's get to the important part, the terms and conditions, which I know a lot of you care about quite a bit. All right, so we try to keep this very simple, very basic, and not make it too onerous for you, right? So let's start. The first thing, when you submit your artwork, you're going to agree to all these terms. There's going to be a checkbox for each and everything, and you're going to agree to all of these. Otherwise, you cannot participate in the exhibition. So, participation in the exhibition is voluntary. So if you can't agree to the terms, it's perfectly all right. It's your prerogative, but we can't have your work in the exhibition. So the first item is that the work you are submitting is your original work and not someone else's. We don't have the ability, the bandwidth, or the resources to go and check and make sure that it's not someone else's work. So you're going to certify that for us. Number two, you authorize the DAO to exhibit the artwork in public and in promotional materials during the exhibition period. So it's your artwork. We have no claim to it. It is entirely yours. You are essentially authorizing, licensing, if you will, the DAO to exhibit it in public on your behalf. So you agree to that. Number three, you authorize the DAO to sell an unlimited number of copies of your artwork during the exhibition period. So we are, as I said, this is an experiment. We are testing out the consignment model, and eventually in the consignment model, we'll let the artist choose how many editions they want. It could be one of 100, etc. But the time is so short right now, we don't have the ability to build a software where we put in controls on how many units are sold, etc. So it's going to be unlimited. That's it. And I understand you may not want that. And if you don't want that, then I'm sorry, but you can't participate in this exhibition. So if your art is in this exhibition, you're authorizing us to sell an unlimited number. In the future, when we have the consignment platform actually built, you'll be able to customize that per project. You'll be able to say, for this project, I want mine to be one of 1, or for this project, I want it to be, one of 100, or whatever it is. But for this exhibition at the Foundry, it is unlimited, right? And again, sales is not the goal, but if people are buying, we don't want to restrict them. Next, you authorize the DAO. Number 4, you authorize the DAO to mint an NFT with your artwork when a sale occurs during the exhibition period. So what people are going to do are essentially mint on demand. Now, this is where a lot of you who haven't been following the DAO and following these talks may not be aware, but we have a model where you never mint anything up front. You only mint something when a sale occurs. So this is what I call a mint on sale or mint last philosophy. So this is why when you submit your artwork, no NFTs, none. You're submitting a media file and authorizing us to mint on your behalf and to sell on your behalf. So that's number 4. You're going to authorize us to mint. Of course, you are going to be the owner of that artwork. It's your address that's going to be as the owner, as the original owner, and transferring over to the person who's buying. All we are facilitating that, right? So we are the DAO. We are not in the business of sort of trying to put ourselves in the middle or own things, etc. We are a channel to take your artwork and make it available to other people, right? Now, number 5, you authorize the DAO to create a physical print of your artwork image, not video. We haven't figured out how to make sort of displays available to people for video. So it's just an images through a third-party service when a sale occurs during the exhibition period. Now, here's the thing, all right? We are more than likely, like I would say 90% plus, going to use a service called Gelato for this. Actually, I'll pull it up here real quick. Here, let's go to gelato.com. This is the service for print-on-demand products, and more specifically, we're going to use the wall art section. And essentially, what a person can do in the gallery is, and you'll see in a second, they'll be able to scan a QR code, and when they buy with a credit card, they will have the option to get a canvas printed of your artwork and shipped to them. So that's what that's about. Ooh, I lost my document. Did I? Oh wait, am I sharing the right screen? Let me go here. So this is Gelato, and yeah, let's go look at the wall art and canvas. So this basically we are going to integrate this service right into this. Why is my screen frozen? Let me see. Maybe it's because I'm presenting. You know what? Sorry about that. Let me switch. I figured it would show the whole browser window, but it's not. So let's do this. Stop screen, present again, share screen. I think this is what I want to do. Okay, here we go. So here's Gelato. And you can see that they have a section called wall art. That's the section we'll be using, and canvas. So a user won't be going to Gelato. This is an integrated experience they will have when they scan a QR code. They'll be able to mint, buy, and that's the software we are developing. We are working on this right now, but they'll be able to order a print and have it shipped to them, and it ships to 160 countries or something like that. So anyway, so what you're doing here with number 5 is you're authorizing us to enable a buyer to create a physical print. So keep in mind, we are testing out the consignment model. The consignment model says, here's a piece of artwork, apply it to something physical, get an NFT of it, and get a physical product from it, and make some money, all right, for the artist. All right. Now, this is the important point. Number 6, we don't expect that any artwork that you have right now that is listed on some platform and minted as an NFT, we don't expect you to remove it, all right? Keep it. But the moment we have a sale in the gallery, we will send you an email. And at that point, you need to delist and burn that NFT from all other platforms. Why? Because it is now established as a unique NFT via the DAO platform. So this is very, very important. So again, it's fine for you to submit an NFT artwork for this exhibition that already is an NFT. We don't care about that. But when a sale occurs, you must take it down. And if you don't take it down, then we will withhold the payment because it's unfair for the buyer who's purchased it, you know. And so we'll work something out there. I don't know all the details. I'll have to figure it out. I hope we don't have to deal with this situation because it's pretty straightforward, right? Your NFT got sold somewhere else, minted and sold somewhere else. why keep it, online somewhere else? I think it's a reasonable ask. All right, now you're going to submit your artwork for exhibition via this form that we're going to have. You're going to agree to these terms. All right, what's going to happen then is we're going to curate it, like the 3-person team I talked about, Giuseppe, myself, and a third curator. We're going to curate it. What we will do is we will classify your artwork into one of 3 levels. Price level A, which is UAE dirhams, 150, which is approximately USD 40, US dollars 40 per edition. Price level B, approximately US dollars 80 per edition. And price level C, approximately US dollars 160 per edition. Again, our first experiment, we don't have a lot of room or time to have all kinds of rules and custom prices and all that. We're going with this fixed set, right? So when you submit your artwork, we will curate it and we will tell you, your artwork was accepted at price level A, price level B, price level C, or we might say, well, it's accepted at this level, but you need to change something. Maybe there was a problem, a technical problem, or maybe there's the text or the description is, got a typo in it, or maybe you did not submit it in the right format, or who knows what. But we might conditionally accept it and say that you got to change it, and if you do, it'll be at this level. Or unfortunately, in some cases, it may not be accepted. This is a world-class exhibition. Our quality threshold is pretty high, and we want to make sure that the best artworks are representing the DAO here. So it's possible it's not accepted. Now, when we come back to you and say that, hey, we want to accept it, but at price level B, it's your choice. You can say, nah, that's not acceptable to me, and that's fine. In that case, you cannot be in the exhibition. But if you say yes, then you're in. I think this is a perfectly reasonable and fair way. In future consignment models, when we have more time and we can develop it, we will let you potentially set your price. But here, we're going to set the price because it's just not enough time for us to do much. There's like 9 days, as I said. So that's what's going to happen. And pretty straightforward. And remember, this is per edition, right? And it's unlimited editions. So if your artwork is great and for people like it, then they'll just keep. Now, what we do is we charge the buyer in the gallery a completely different price. That price is based upon all the fees, etc., required by the payment provider. It's if they purchased a print, for example, we incorporate the print in their cost. We incorporate the shipping cost in there, all of that. But that is not your concern. All of that is on top of it. So the agreed upon price here is exactly to the penny that you're going to get paid if a sale occurs. But again, I'm going to set your expectations, all right? Our goal for this exhibition is not sales, but we would be foolish to not have thought through this model. I mean, it's a test, right? It's an experiment. So we have to do all of this. But again, our goal is to get people in there, look at the artwork, appreciate it, learn about the DAO, learn about you. And, if they want to buy it, great. We have the ability, but it is not something we are greatly focused on. All right. Number 8, you understand that we will notify you of this curation result, as I said. And unless you specifically tell us in writing that you don't want this, you want to withdraw it at the price level, we're going to go forward with it. In other words, we cannot wait after the curation is done for everybody to come back and say, yes, I approve. So it's going to be automatically approved unless you come and tell us, no, I don't want my artwork at that level, right? So that's it just makes it a less work for us because, like I said, just 3 of us here working on this, and I need sleep too. I'm not a robot. So, and other people need sleep too. So we are volunteering and doing the best we can to support you. And so we want to make it as easy as as we can. All right. Now, you also agree that the DAO will pay you for all sales in USDC per the prices in item number 2 above according to the following schedule. So we'll know what the sales are, etc. Right? So guys, this is different, right? This is different from Foundation, OpenSea, etc. because we are trying to get the world who does not yet know anything about crypto to start appreciating digital collectibles. They have no wallets. They have no crypto. They have a credit card. And in fact, in UAE, even a credit card is hard. Most people use a debit card because to get a credit card in the UAE is very, very difficult. They also don't have a wallet, right? So we will have what's called a custodial wallet for them. So we want to make it possible and super, super easy for ordinary people who know nothing about crypto to own an NFT, a digital collectible, and get a print of it, right? And this is your artwork. So what we will do is within 15 business days after the exhibition ends, we will send you 75% of the sales funds in USDC. So we will take care of converting the funds we receive in our bank account into USDC. Now, the whole reason I spent all this money on incorporating the DAO in Dubai is so we could have a bank account. So we're going to get that and we'll be able to do all of these things. Now, 25% of the sales, we're going to hang on to it for about 30 days. Why? Because of standard Web2 credit card things. People can submit a chargeback, a credit card dispute. You've probably done it, right? If you were unhappy with something, and that causes a chargeback. A chargeback is where the credit card company says, nope, take the money back. So what do we do then? The DAO has no money. I don't want to be paying out of my pocket for this. So we're going to keep 25% of the funds there as a reserve so that if there are any chargebacks, we can figure out what the dispute is, solve that dispute. And if you have to return the money, we will return the money. But after 30 days, excuse me, we will release those funds. Excuse me. All right. Now, number 10, and again, I'm continuing to emphasize this again and again and again because people misunderstand. You understand that the priority of this exhibition is to promote artists and their art, and there is absolutely, positively no guarantee that there will be a single sale. I am saying this out loud very clearly. There is a good possibility that you will have exactly 0 sales through this exhibition. This exhibition is about promoting you and your work and the DAO. It is not necessarily about selling, although the mechanism to sell exists. All right, we are clear on that? Yes? All right, good. Okay, now a few details. I have mocked up here what the screens will look like. As I said, one of the screens will be probably 85 to 90 inches. The remaining will be 65 inches and 55 inches. And this is what the layout is going to look like. These displays are a standard, what they call UHD displays, which are 3840 by 2160, I believe. They are an aspect ratio of 16 to 9. And we have changed your requirement to the aspect ratio is 1.5 to 1, right? And you can see now why, because there's a column on the right-hand side over here where we present the information. So the title you provide us, your name, your country flag, your country name, a short description, and then we will generate a QR code. When the user scans the QR code, they will be taken to what is essentially a shopping experience. They will see your art, they can add it to their cart, they can check options and say, I want a canvas print of this, of the size, blah, blah, blah. It'll tell them what the prices are. And, you know, while they're there, they can also choose other artworks. So they don't have to do one at a time. They can, it's almost like Amazon or anything. It's a shopping cart. You can choose any of the artworks that are there, add them to a shopping cart and hit checkout. And what it will do is it will take their payment right there on their phone. So whether it's Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever it is that they want to pay. We will also accept crypto payments through BitPay. And then they check out. Now you're probably wondering, well, they don't have a wallet. How are they going to get the NFT? We have a clever solution for that. What is going to happen is that when they check out, we'll have their email, because that's one good thing about Web 2, right? Like, you have an email address. We will send them an email that says, hey, you've just purchased a digital collectible for this artwork, and there'll be a little picture of your artwork there. Here is a link. Whenever you're ready to claim this digital collectible, click this link. When they click that link, we will take them through a workflow that first asks them, do you already have a wallet? Yes? Okay, great. What's your wallet? Connect. And boom, we will mint your artwork into that wallet. If they don't have a wallet, we will walk them through a process and they can choose. We can either have them create a custodial wallet or create a regular wallet. Most likely, we'll just go with the custodial option. This is stuff we are building right now as we are speaking, right? So this is all going to come together very well. But the key thing here is to understand that when the sales process is done, the post-sales email has a link, and that link is how they claim the NFT, and that's when it's minted. It's minted on demand, right? So this is the model here. It is designed and optimized for someone who knows nothing about crypto and possibly doesn't even care. Like, they're gonna get that NFT, they may never click on and mint that, and that's fine. They can come forever, anytime in the future, and click that and mint that because they have purchased it, right? They've paid for it already, so they can mint anytime. Most likely they'll order a print potentially. Again, but getting back to setting expectations, who knows if a sale will occur? Maybe 0 people will scan that QR code. By the way, when they do scan that QR code, when they go to see your artwork there, we will have a link there that will take them to whatever profile page you give us. Now, right now, that's going to be whatever you give us, but later on, once our artistic platform profile pages are up, we'll give you a choice of that. We'll always have a choice, but maybe you have a mint page on Layerr or some other platform, but you can give us a link, and that's what we will show them so they can learn who the artist is. Maybe you have a video about you. We want people to have this warm and fuzzy connection with you, right? So, all right, let's see here. Then this is the portrait version of it. So I'll have to zoom out a little bit so you can see it better. A bit more. All right. So understand this. When a person is in the gallery using their phone and scanning this QR code, at no time will they encounter a single term that is crypto related. There is nothing crypto. This is all 100% Web 2. They're going to see a shopping cart, credit card, shipping address, email, everything that the whole world is used to. That's it. Digital collectible is the term we are going to use. So no mention of NFT, no mention of a wallet, no mention of MetaMask, no mention of crypto, no mention of Ethereum, none of that. 0. That is not going to happen. So this is how we onboard people into the world of art, NFT art, and of crypto by making it very gentle so they understand it. All right. So that's what the vertical one looks like. And here we go. That's it. I tried to keep this document very, very short. We're super, super excited. This is a huge opportunity for a lot of artists. It's a huge opportunity for the DAO. It's the first time we are doing something this big. I mean, Namaste NFT was very, very big. But this is different. This is big and different on a different level altogether. So, dream on and dream big. This is what this is all about. All right, I'm gonna look through here and see if there are any questions. Let's see. Let's start with Martin's question. What are the grants given to buyers? Printing through Gelato once only? What about secondary sales? Don't know, Martin. None of that. This is all, like I said, Web 2 unanswered questions. It's going to be minted and dropped into their custodial wallet. Have no answer for that right now. But once we come up with an answer, we'll let you know. Again, we're trying to create a bridge here that no one else has built. So a lot of the answers are going to be, I don't know. we'll have to figure it out as we go. So as soon as we figure, but it's a good question. I'll definitely think about it and get back to you. My guess is that first of all, secondary sales are honored only through the software of marketplaces, right? It isn't honored contractually. So contractually, what I mean is by smart contracts. There are EIPs out there right now, but and some of the marketplaces are starting to adopt it, but it's not universal yet. So this is an unsolved problem in the entire ecosystem, but we'll figure it out. Is there a choice where they can buy with fiat? That is the only choice they have. We'll have a tiny option for them to, like I said, we want to feature fiat, credit cards, etc. But if they are crypto savvy, then we'll have an option for them with BitPay to buy with crypto also. But our focus is on fiat users. Why people who don't know nothing about crypto and NFTs will buy one? I guess that was the entire presentation I just made. So I would request that you go listen to it again, because the whole point is we are onboarding people onto Web3. If I understand your question correctly, it's about digital collectibles and about getting a print to hang on the wall in their home. So that's the allure here. It's interesting art. How customers can be sure the link is from DAO and it's not scam, for example? I'm not sure what link this alludes to. You'll have to clarify, because I don't know what link is being mentioned in this. So please clarify. A mint will be on Ethereum or on another chain. Yeah, when we mint, it'll be on Ethereum. And again, like I said, it's mint on demand. It'll happen. This is a server-side process that'll happen. What I mean by that is when they click on the link that they get in their email, it calls our API. Our API mints, and they get an NFT in whatever address they have provided. There's nothing the user has to do. No gas, none of that. It's all taken care of on the server side, transparent in the background. They don't have to worry about it. Let's see. I'm looking for more questions here. Understand more just the shopping of arts. Well, yes, yeah, exactly. Like the thing is, you could call it shopping of arts, but really it's a pipeline, right? It's a pipeline essentially of taking art that you've created and making it available in a retail model. That's the business model that we are trying to build. It's about retail. So yeah. International exhibition. Wow, dreamy. Yes, yeah. And actually, that reminds me. I am hiring a professional camera and video crew to record the artworks, etc. And for every artist whose work is accepted, you're gonna get a photo, potentially a video of your artwork, and you're gonna get a POAP, a certificate of exhibition. So we're going to give you an official certificate from the DAO, and then you can use that in promotions, things like that. It'll be on chain that says your art was exhibited at the Foundry in Dubai by Nifty Dreams DAO, blah blah blah, etc. And you will also get a photo of your art in the gallery, potentially a video. Given the number of artworks that are going to be circulating, etc., we'll figure it out. It's a technical challenge, but I don't have to solve that problem today. Let's have a month to solve that problem, but we'll get it solved, and we will make sure that you have ample evidence that your artwork was displayed at this gallery. Let's see. Can we submit 2 artworks for the charity or limited to 1 like all? Yeah, so this wherever it says to be announced, separate action required, it means that we haven't finalized anything. So I cannot give you any specific answers on that. Have to work with work with them. But again, the goal here is to give opportunity to as many artists as possible to shine, to be visible, to have their work, and so if we have multiple artworks from the same person, uh, it takes up one slot in the cycle. So basically, these displays are going to be programmed to have a cycle where every 15 seconds the artwork changes. And we decided that the threshold for each display is 90 seconds. So that means 6 artworks, right? 6 multiplied by 15. So we really don't want to have the same artist represented multiple times because it takes away a slot from another person. By the way, for those of you who are geeks like me and who are keen on figuring out, well, how is this all working? Like, this gallery right now does not have any digital displays. So between now and the 25th, myself and Prabhu primarily, and Dragonis, who is also there helping us out, we have to orchestrate either buying or renting these displays, getting them installed, making sure there's power, and programming hardware devices to be able to get these image feeds created and cycled through them. So the device we are using, I just ordered 10 of these yesterday, is called DAC it's a cool little device. Let me go to product. Where is it? Product. Where are you? Here we go. Shop. So it's this. It's a CPU basically, and the CPU is programmable. You can create virtual screens, so we can control the displays in the gallery remotely. So these are all Raspberry Pi devices. So we are writing the software to be able to essentially control them and to be able to iterate through this. So guys, this is a massive endeavor that we are doing in 9 days. We are putting together an international gallery exhibition where nothing exists other than the bare gallery walls right now. So I'm insane, but it's gonna be awesome. All right. Do artists receive USDC after every sale if several will be sold? No. Please read the requirements here, the documents here, specifically number 9. And it says here that you will be paid 15 business days after the exhibition ends, because we have to do settlement, right? We have to actually, like, unlike crypto, there's bank settlements, there's credit card settlements, there's credit card provider settlements, all of that kind of stuff. We got to wait. So we'll get the money, we have to change it to crypto, and then we have to send it to you. So there is, guys, like, you have to put aside your mental model of everything you've done on OpenSea Foundation, etc. Just put it aside. Think reset, think brand new. This is the innovation we are doing. We are bridging the gap. So everything that you know of right now, either we have provided an answer here because we thought about it, or the answer is I don't know, but we'll figure it out as we go. So yeah, and that's the thing with anything. When you're doing something new, you don't know all the answers, and if you wait to have all the answers, then the opportunity will go by. You don't want to wait. This is super insane. Yes, it is insane, and I'm insane. I'm insane for even agreeing to do this with this tight of a timeline. Yeah. Have you decided on the curators yet? Also, is there going to be a fixed percentage of different genre of art types to be displayed? For example, 40% photos, 40% digital art, 20% music, etc. That's a good question, right? So yes, the 2 of the curators are decided. It's me and Giuseppe, the owner of the gallery. I have an idea who the third one is going to be, but I have to ask that person. And once they say yes, then yeah. In terms of the genre of art types to be displayed, what we are thinking of right now is that DAC board, the device I showed you, allows us to virtualize screens. So we're going to create actually sets. The gallery is open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and we have 8 displays. One of those displays is reserved for basically showing material about the DAO. What is Nifty Dreams DAO? Why you should join as an artist? Why you should join it as a benefactor? It's an animated thing. Think of it as an advertising display, right? So put that one aside. So that leaves us with 7 displays. One is a grand display. So all the artworks that are priced at level C, the highest tier right now, they will be on that big display. The ones that are level B will be on the 65-inch screens. And the one that are level A will be on the 55-inch screen. I think I probably got that backwards. I should probably put A as 600, B as 300, and C as 150. I'll make that change. In fact, let me just do that. Can I do it right now? Yeah, I can do it right now. Or am I on read only? I'm also in a view only document. Oh wait, I'm in a. Let me just make that change right now while I'm thinking about it, guys. Just so we'll say A is. Oops, what did I do? 150 and 40 and 600, 160, 150 and 40 and 600. Yeah. So this one will be the 85-inch screen. This one will be the 65-inch screen, and this one will be on the 55-inch screen. Right now, that's having said that. Now we have 12 hours a day where we have 7 active screens. Right. So what we're going to do is divide them up into virtual slots. Probably going to be 2 hours. Right. So then we have to essentially look at those 2-hour slots and create a loop that consists of 6 artworks, because the maximum time that someone will stand in front of a display is 90 seconds, right? So that's a loop of 6 artworks for 15 seconds each. That's 90 seconds playing for 2 hours, and then we'll switch to a different one. So right now, I think what we're going to do is try and make it where all the accepted artworks will get airplay. And so that might mean that we have to alternate days or something like that, where your artwork is showed every other day. And remember, it's 30 days. It's a long period of time. So my personal goal is to get as many artworks into this exhibition as possible, but will not compromise on quality. So the curators' decisions are the ones that will determine how many get in there. There is currently no limit. So if every dreamer submits an excellent kick-ass artwork, every dreamer will be in, because we have the bandwidth, we have the ability to mathematically create the scheduling, so every artwork will be showed. But that's on you, right? You have to have submitted something really kick-ass that Giuseppe, myself, and the third curator all agree, yes, this is worthy of showing in an exhibition, right? So bring your best, bring on your best, baddest, awesomest artwork. We've tried to make the requirement pretty simple, 3,000 by 2,000. It should be, most artwork should be able to fit in there. I did a poll last week asking about, hey, can you do a square artwork? And although many people said yes, I went back and thought, like, do I really want artists to sit and crop their artwork to a square? As it is, when you go to Foundation OpenSea, you see those square crops, and it's not pretty, right? Like, so this is why we've optimized it so we have both landscape and portrait. Like, if you go to most galleries that have NFT, they're one or the other. They're either landscape or NFT or portrait. And if you're portrait, you're screwed. You have your picture there and bars. Like when I went to Rome to the Stoica exhibition, they were all vertical, right? So all the horizontal, the landscape pictures, they were like all tiny with giant black bars. And I looked at that and go like, I didn't like that. That was not cool. And so everything I'm doing here, the decision I'm making is to showcase your art and make you look awesome. So do not disappoint. Put your thought into it and come up with the kick-ass work. But again, it's got to be a decision that is fair and made by the 3 curators on whether your art gets up there. And like I said, I have the bandwidth, we have the screens, we have a month, we can potentially get as many of you. Like, it gives me no joy to disappoint you, right? I am doing this to celebrate you and your artwork. So you bring your best work, and we'll take care of it from there. All right. Let's see. Super amazing project you have assigned in a short time. Thanks so very much, Nick, for being artist motivation to go on. Absolutely. I just devote most of my waking hours and probably some of my dreaming time, my sleeping time, also thinking about you and how I can celebrate your art and make a difference. Like, we got to make a difference. There's too much excitement happening there to allow a bear market to bring us down. I get DMs every single day from people who are in pain, who are hurting, who haven't had a sale in months, etc. And I'm like, I can't fix that. I can't. First of all, I can't be a collector for everybody, right? It's not possible. I'm not Elon Musk. I don't have $1 billion. I don't even have $1 million. So but what I can do is, through this DAO, create a platform, a movement, a collaboration, an opportunity for us to have a vision and to build that future where you can be wealthy, you can be millionaires. I know you can be, and I know we can do that. I believe that with every molecule in my body, every cell in my body, and I'm going to do that. All right, so let's see. Someone is voicing concern about this. You agree that when the DAO notifies you a sale, I don't know who is. I don't see. Okay, we can't submit a minted but unsold piece, right? Since it's mint on demand, if someone proceeds to buy it only, then it will be minted. No, the answer to that is no. As I explained, and I'll go and scroll to that section here. Number 6, you agree that when the DAO notifies you a sale has occurred, you will delist and burn all existing NFTs of the artwork on all platforms. To me, this seems pretty basic and elementary, right? Keep your NFT wherever it is, etc. When a sale occurs, if a sale occurs, we'll notify you, and then you got to get rid of those listings and you got to burn those. Because why? We now have a customer who has paid to mint it through our platform. So, it should follow that you can't do it in two places, right? It doesn't make sense to do that. So hopefully that answers your question, but please do post if it's not clear enough. But yeah, I mean, you're welcome to keep your existing NFTs, unsold NFTs up there. Obviously, if you're going to submit an artwork of an NFT that is already sold, I need to clarify the terms and make sure that you agree that it has not already been sold. So we'll make a note of that and ensure that I should put that not someone else's and has not previously been sold as an. I'll clarify the language on that, but yeah. So we have that. All right. Let's see. Nick, the category we are going to be in is chosen by you or the artist. All right. So as you notice here, the categories are not sort of genres or things like that, right? They are buckets, if you will. So, for example, when you submit for the general, that's all you're submitting for right now. We have not given you any information on any of these other categories. But let's say you submit for the dreamers, right? As part of the curation, we know your country, right? So if you say you're an Iranian artist, you become eligible to be curated for the number 2 bucket. If you say you're Ukrainian, you become eligible to that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to specify or anything like that. We'll automatically select that. Now, once we have the requirements for number 5 and number 6 and number 7, we'll let you know, and that can be an opt-in. But if for whatever reason, I don't know why, but if you're an artist from Iran, I don't know why you would not want to be on a dedicated Iran display. So let's see. So yeah, these categories are sort of almost self-selecting, if you will. My question was, can we submit a minted piece or not? I guess just explain it, but it seems like it's not clear. The answer is yes. As long as it has not been sold to someone, you can submit it. But once we notify you that we have a buyer, you need to then burn it, delist it, burn it, whatever you delist is also fine. But you're fine to use minted pieces. No problem with that. Question is, can I submit the same art submitted in the Nifty Dreamer Pass design contest? Probably not a very good idea, because we would know that, right? We would like see your artwork here, and if it gets sold, then it becomes ineligible to be used in the past design contest, creating a whole lot of problems. So I would say don't do that. That is just going to create a massive headache for me, a massive headache. So kindly do not give me a headache. Kindly use different art. All right, so I don't see any more questions. What I'm going to do now is wrap up this stream and go on to a space, so we can talk more and answer more of your questions about this interactively. So yeah, so I try to keep this super simple. This document is it, like one document. Just keep bookmark it, refer to it. As things progress, we'll update it, but the rules are not going to change too much. If anything, there'll be clarification based on any questions that you provide. But guys, we are going to celebrate you. We're going to have a month-long party celebrating you, and I cannot wait to saturate Twitter with photos, videos of your artwork, of you, and just let the world know how awesome you are. That's it. That is the goal from Jan 25th to Feb 23rd, is to celebrate your artwork. And I'm excited. I'm going to be in Dubai, by the way. So I'm going to be there from the 22nd onward, coordinating these displays and getting everything set up and all of that. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So catch you on the space here. I'll just do it from my account, so you'll find me. But thank you so much, guys. This is very, very exciting. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy today that we are at this. Thanks to all of you who showed up for this. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.